Dear students and parents, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You all know very well about the event which we have named catch-up event, which is being organized in our school from Monday the 14th of this month, I mean 14th March, for 4 days till 17th March. I am here to explain some aspects of this event. The one very important thing about this event is this concept is a unique one. Unique in the sense that in every school one event called talent event or science exhibition is conducted almost in all schools, but this event is based on a concept, so we can call it as a conceptual event, which means that during the pandemic we have lost many working days in the sense that school could not work physically, though it worked online mode, but during the online we have seen that about half of the students could not get benefit out of it, and those who have attended online classes, among them also there were issues. So the biggest concern now before all teachers and parents is that the school was closed during these past 3 years. Past 3 years means during the year 2019, 20, 2021 and 21-22, this academic year. The school was closed down for physical classes for about 550 days or so. So that impacted the students a lot. So our sincere effort right now should be to help the students to catch up the content which they missed because of this pandemic. So this is actually the basic concept behind this event. So this event is different from what generally we call it as science exhibition. It is not an exhibition like thing. And the other difference is that generally in exhibitions and all, students having talents only are allowed to showcase their talent. But in this event, every student of the class is being involved so as to ensure the recovery of learning loss. So our idea is to pair up the students for each project. So for each project, 2 students are paired up, and out of these 2, one is a bit slower and the other is a bit faster. The idea is to help or motivate the student who is struggling or say somewhat slower to catch up with the one who is a bit faster. So this event, as I said, is to involve every student. This is not the showcasing of talent. So we need to understand this concept very well. And the second thing is, during this event we have noticed that in pandemic the students have lost mainly 2 skills. One is the literacy skills, and the other area where the students have suffered most is the numeracy skills. So considering science as well as social studies as English, what we have done during this event is we have given 50% weightage for English projects. Out of this 50% weightage given to English projects, 30 are given to English language, 30% weightage is given to English language, and 10% for general science and 10% weightage for social studies. That comes to 50%. So what we are hoping that with this 50% of projects in each class, we have given weightage to English. Hopefully the students will catch up whatever they have missed during the pandemic. And in rest 50%, the division is 20% weightage of projects is given to mathematics. As I said just now, the students have lost the numeracy skills as well. So for that, apart from next to English we have given 30% weightage of projects, and in maths we have given 20% weightage, and rest 20% weightage is for first language 10%, second language 10%, and Islamiyat 10%. So this comes how we have given weightages to different subjects. You will find when you visit to see those classes, because this arrangement will be class wise, and you will see the projects arranged class wise. They are not arranged subject wise. This is the one biggest thing. The second thing is they are arranged subject wise, and the very important out of all this is that as I said, the students have lost the learning in all these 3 years. So right now I am going to explain how we have planned for weightages of these 3 years. So last year it was the most affected part of these 3 years. So we have given 50% of weightage for projects of last year. For example, if the student is in 5th class, then 25% of the projects are from 5th class, and 5th class students have to prepare half of the projects, 50% projects choosing from the 4th class content. This is what we call recovery of learning loss, and 25% projects are from the academic year 1920. So I hope this makes sense, that the students this year they are getting more number of physical classes, and hopefully this year examination will also be conducted. So keeping in view of this, the projects are divided in this way. That is why we call it as a catch-up event. And the philosophy or the methodology by which the students are enabled for learning is project based learning. We call it in the educational terms as PBL, project based learning. Project based learning means the students prepare the project, and they make the presentation of, because presentation skills they are also called as the soft skills. They are very important. I'll tell you how we have divided the marks. Because the judgment will take place, and the best 3 from each class will be selected and given the prizes. One thing I would like to clarify here, it is not that these 3 prizes will be given in each class, but basically we need to understand that every student participating in the event is like he is getting a prize. So participation itself is a prize. In order to make it competitive, we have announced or we will be giving 3 prizes: first prize, second prize, and third prize. If we have 3 sections in any of the classes, there will be consolation prize as well. So the prizes will be given separately for boys and as well as for girls classes. So we have jury members, and the jury members will be the teachers, those who may not be teaching to the respective class, in order to avoid any biases that may get in. So this is also need to understand. And each student is being given an ID of the event. This ID of the event will have a lot of details. This will have exhibit number, and where this is located and in which room, and who is the student who is making the presentation, and father's name, class, roll number, and the name of the project. and as well as it will be certified by the HM. So it will be both like a participation certificate and as well as it will be like an entry into the this catch-up event. So with that only the students will be considered or will be taken into account for prizes and all. And the other important thing that we need to understand is that, as I said, we have made it a competitive event so that the students should get into the competitive mode. And very important thing we need to understand here is the project should be of no cost or low cost basis. That means the project should not be invested with a lot of money. The project amount should not cross rather 200 rupees. The less you spend amount on project, the more chance will be for you to get the prize. And preferably the procedure of best from waste policy to be adopted while preparing this project. I mean, there are a lot of waste material in our house, so that waste material can be used to make the project. The project will have only 10 marks. Rest of the 40 marks will be considered based upon the presentation skills, how the student has given a starting and how the presentation was closed down, and whether the student welcomed the audience, and whether there was a clarity and the body language, and all this will be considered. So the judges, are trained for that purpose, and students are also given an idea on what basis how we are going to judge your projects. The very important thing about the project is the students should be in a position to start with why I have prepared this project. This is very important. How comes next, but why of the project is very important. I will give one example. Suppose the project is on malnutrition. Then the student will start by saying that in our country 50% of the population, more so ladies, women, they are suffering from malnutrition. So that is the reason, in order to bring awareness among the students and the visitors, among the parents, I have prepared this project. So this is very important. Every project is being made and presented with a purpose. There is a learning for student. So the student should start by saying why that particular project is being done by that student. So I hope the students will look into it, and daily the timings for students during these project days, during these event days on 14th, 15th, 16th and 17th, is that for parents and others we have invited them at 9:30. So the students have to be in their respective allotted place by 8:30. They need to be 1 hour before the start of the event, and within this 1 hour the allotted room and space they should occupy, and they should be ready for visitors from 9:30 onwards. And the event daily will end by 3, and from 3:30 to 4:30 we will be having the prize distribution. And on all these days all parents are invited except for girls day. On Wednesday 16th, because high school girls will be presenting their projects, so on that day only ladies are allowed for the reason of privacy, and rest all other days, on 14, 15 and 17, these 3 days anybody is allowed. So I request parents and teachers to invite their family, friends and all, because this concept is a unique one. So far I have not noticed any school has prepared the project on that scale and the way which we are doing. So it will be a trend setting, and I want other school students should also do and learn whatever they have missed during the pandemic and all. So I hope the parents and as well as relatives, and we are inviting the community as well on these 4 days, and on all these 4 days. The only restriction is that on the girls' day, I mean on 16th, only ladies are invited. So give a publicity among your neighbors and friends and all, and invite them to see the projects and all. As I said, in this project, let us not expect every student, because what I have said earlier is that our idea is not to do a selective presentation. Usually schools, what they do is, the students, those who have got the skills, only the showcasing of only a limited number of students having the skills are showcased. But this event is not like that. So every student is being given the opportunity, and even the struggler or the student, the one who is slower, he will also get the prizes. There will be 75 prizes. I mean, daily 150 students, about 150 students, they are going to get certificate and as well as the prizes. So along with the pair, the student who is a bit slower, I hope he will also, or she will also catch up with the partner who is a bit faster, and they will also get the prizes. Otherwise, during the science exhibitions and all, the students, those who are having better talents, only are judged and given the prizes. But this event, in this event, every student, irrespective whether he is slow or fast, struggler or achiever, every student is getting an opportunity to get the prize. So I hope this gives a lot of clarity to parents and as well as students to understand the concept, and I hope the students will benefit and they will learn a lot which they have missed during the pandemic. So I expect you all, particularly parents, that they will encourage and they will support their children in making the presentations and all. As I said, we don't want parents to invest money particularly into this preparation of projects and all, because as I said, only 10 marks are there. Let us follow the principle of best from waste. So I hope this gives the clarity, and I hope the students are motivated, and you will invite a large number of audience from community. So wish you all the best. Thank you for listening to me.